Welcome back, everyone. Fifth Corner Pod, episode 2. Very glad for you guys to be joining us again. Quick announcement from the two of us on the Fifth Corner Pod. Gloves are fucking coming off. We loved doing episode 1. We really enjoyed it. But we listened to the fans. We listened to the producers. We got to loosen up a little loosey-goosey. We're not, we weren't being our full, authentic selves last time. And that's all we want to be. That's all we want to do. That's why we started this to begin with. So the gloves are coming off. Things were getting a little tense in the producers meeting afterwards, and we decided, you know what? They're right. We gotta loosen up. We gotta be ourselves. We gotta get the blood flowing and see what's going on. Obi, wouldn't you say that's probably what we should be doing?
Yeah, sorry, Gabe. I can't see you very well. I'm wearing the Eclipse glasses that I got today for the very special Moon Day.
Yeah,
take them off so I can actually see you.
Yeah, big day for the moon. Big day for the moon. We didn't get to see all of it, 100% eclipse or whatever you call it, over here in Boston. I assume the same was back home.
Yeah, I thought it sucked. I thought it sucked real bad. I thought it was going to get pitch black for a good amount of time, and it didn't get dark at all. It was kind of like a 7 p.m.-ish, and I thought it was honestly cooler at the beginning when you could actually start seeing the moon go over the sun or whatever. At the end, once it happened, I was like, all right, this sucks. I got bored with inside.
I actually didn't even get to acquire one of those cool glasses that you got there.
Yeah, they were 50 cents, I think my mom said she got them for. So
yeah, I didn't get one of those. I know they were selling them at the local Cumberland Farms near where I work, and I saw those like a week ago, but should have got them when I got the chance. I didn't get to grab them. But I mean, I was walking home actually from work when the peak of the eclipse was actually happening, and yeah, I did expect it to get a little more dark than it did. It kind of just felt like I was in those like Breaking Bad scenes when they're in like in Mexico. It's all hazy and weird.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt.
A little creepy, actually. Everybody was out on my street, and nobody looked excited. Everybody just kind of was staring up. Nobody said, "Wow, that's cool."
Yeah.
The old guy next door, he was out there probably when nothing was going on. He was just pulled up a chair and just sat his ass down. Good guy though, Then his wife came out and started yelling at him in the middle of it. She didn't care about the eclipse. She wanted him to get inside.
Yeah.
But for me, it was all right. Thought it was more. I guess not.
Yeah, no, I mean, there were a lot of places that we saw pictures of from friends and family that
that looked sick.
It showed like a full eclipse. What did they call it? I can't remember what the word was for that. Like totality, is that what they called it?
Yeah,
like where it's fully eclipsed.
Yes.
We saw my friend Ethan Royka sent me and Obi a image in a chat today that showed what his brother was able to capture of it down in Texas, and that looked nice. But yeah, nothing like that where we were, honestly.
Not even close. Quite disappointed, actually.
Yeah, I would say so as well. So, all right, what do we guys got? What do we guys have for you viewers tonight? We got a couple things in the agenda. We're going to start how we will start every show with some of our shout outs, things of the week that we want to bring up, have a little discourse there. And then, go from there into just some general stories and, maybe get into some fun little drafts or rankings. And then always, as we always do, we will set you guys up for some questions tonight that we will field right now. At the end of the show, we'll have some questions for you from the fans. I actually have one for Obi as well that we will be able to quite a kind of question from one podcaster to another podcaster.
Okay.
So we'll start with our of the weeks for the week. And Obi, you can start us off. I don't know what you got.
I got a lovely song that I haven't heard in a while. Let me just give you a little background about it. I went to a wedding this weekend in Maryland. My cousin got married. Shout out Catherine and Jed. And Friday night we were in the hotel and we were just drinking after the South Carolina. Who were they playing? South Carolina. Who'd they beat? No, it was not the championship. NC State?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then we watched the Iowa-UConn game, and then after, we were just still drinking in the lobby, and the movie Ferris Bueller came on, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, a personal favorite of ours. And the twist and shout scene
Mm.
in that
Mm.
movie is just excellent. It got me up. I was a little, I was a lot drunk, but it got me up and moving, and my family loved it. Yep, here it is. Thank you to our team in the back.
Classic.
Just the way, yeah, just go a little bit more. Yeah, the hair, the way he's moving. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's energetic. The
Very
freaking
classic.
marching band, the people on the street. Yeah, look at those guys. It got me up and moving, I'll tell you. So,
Oh,
Twist and Shout, specifically from this movie, is my song of the week.
Amazing song. Actually, that scene is absolutely classic. And credit to Ferris, absolutely killing it up there on the float in the middle of that parade. And that
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, he is. And nobody ever knows how he gets up there. He just disappears. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, he's on that float.
Yeah, no, very, very hard to say. All right, so I will go with
Unbelievable.
my song of the week now before we get back into some other shout-outs and whatnot. My song of the week, I remember, if you guys remember back in episode 1, I had a song that came out literally the Friday before we started. This is also a pretty recent song. From artists I discovered it though on TikTok. There's been a TikTok trend recently where they had the song in it, and I didn't know it. I heard it, and I was like, "What is this song?" And I looked it up and listened to it. Amazing song. It's called "Too Sweet" by Hosier. Hosier, the same guy who does "Take Me to Church."
Yeah, I know him
He
well.
is on. Just a little side note here. He is on my Mount Rushmore of male singers, like with like your actual
Really?
voice. Oh my god! Like
Oh, okay.
Bruno,
Actual voice.
Bruno Mars, Louis Capaldi, Hosier, and then it's kind of hard to go from there. Maybe, I mean, there's so many. There's Frank Sinatra does have a really
Oh,
nice. I'd say that, but maybe it's Bublé instead of one of them too. That's maybe if there's 5 heads on Mount Rushmore in terms of just actual
yeah.
voice, general pipes. It's just unbelievable. And yeah, "Too Sweet" by Hosier.
Okay.
Amazing song. Definitely check it out. I see the TikTok trend is all about like showing up. It was like showing a picture of someone's dog when they were little, and then the
Oh,
song like
yeah.
like older and like looks more like tough and all that, and like the song
Yeah.
was like, "I'll take my whiskey neat."
Oh, yeah. I know that
Yeah.
trend.
Yeah,
Sure,
great
sure.
trend,
Okay.
great song. You guys got to see a little bit of my own singing voice there. If you want to consider putting me on your Mount Rushmore of male singers.
Yeah,
Um,
and now a little shout out to last week's episode as well. You wanted to be a great singer, and we see why now. We see why.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's not pretty. It sounds better when the bright lights are shining and the shower is running.
Right,
But
right. At the concert, the shower concert. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is for sure something that I am I'm looking forward to getting better and better at. Hopefully, maybe I'll get a singing coach at some point in my life because I do want to take that. No, but it's
Yeah, I'm
seems
sure
a
one
little-
of our guys in the back can help you with it.
Yeah,
Someone can help you with it.
yeah. All right,
I
so what
certainly
else-
can't. I certainly can't either.
Oh, it's not something that everyone just has. It's definitely a tough talent to have. Honestly, if everyone could sing, everyone would do it. Sounds like a great profession.
Yeah.
All right, so do you have anything else for us? Shout outs, anything of that nature?
I'm gonna do a moment. If I can do a moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, the wedding. So my cousin was the bride, and I've met the groom a few times, but none of his family or anything like that. And his best man, like his speech, was probably the funniest speech I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
This guy was like, and like I guess they're like cousins because he doesn't have any brothers, so they're like cousins. I guess they're super close, grew up together, whatever. This guy, I don't think he said one nice thing about him. I don't think he said one nice thing.
Wow. Really?
Like I think it was just all like jokes because like apparently, Jed, the guy who got married, he was his best man and like did a similar speech where he just kind of ripped on him. But this guy, he was like talking about like their childhood and how like he would literally just like beat the crap out of them all the time, like kick them off the couch, do like a King of the Hill type game, and it just for the whole 6 or 7 minutes of the speech, everybody was like, "Oh, okay, is he gonna say something nice here?" And then at the end, it like seemed like he's like, "I know I'm just kind of up here ragging on you or whatever, and you want me to say something nice." And he's like, "Yeah, that's not what I'm here to do." He's like, "Let's all have a good night," and then just ended his speech and didn't say anything nice.
That's hilarious. I always wonder what it would be like writing, not only writing, but actually being up there and doing one of those. Like, I mean, I think I cannot wait. I mean, I think this isn't like a hot take or anything. I feel like it's a very popular opinion, but I cannot wait for like wedding season when people our age are starting to get married that we know, and like whether we're the best men or not, and up there doing the speeches and all the song and dance and whatnot. I cannot wait to start going to people's weddings, my friends' weddings. I feel like that will be peak fun, honestly, in terms of my young adult life.
Oh, I agree. Especially like right now, I have like a lot of older cousins, so like I'm kind of in like a series of weddings throughout the next few years that I'll be going to. But yeah, once it's like specifically our group, I'm really excited for those days.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't. It's been. I don't think I've been to a wedding since I've been like a teenager. I feel like I went to a wedding when I was like a younger kid, but I don't even know if I've been to a wedding in the last like literal decade. So it's like it's very hard for me to imagine how that would go. But I mean, all I hear is good things when people go to weddings. Like that seems like something that I am going to love to do, no matter where it is or who's getting married, but especially like we talked
It
about.
is a great time. Like I thought it was gonna be a little bit weird not knowing like anybody from his family, but once they get married and you just have a couple drinks flowing in you, you're best friends with everybody. It's a fun time, it really is.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I cannot wait. So, and wedding was you said Maryland, right?
Yeah, they live in Maryland. They live near like Ellicott City. I don't know if you know where that is, and the wedding was
Oh,
about like 30 minutes away from there. It's probably
okay.
like 30 minutes west of Baltimore.
Okay, there you go. Shout out wedding, shout out Maryland, shout out Baltimore.
Yeah, shout out
Um,
Baltimore.
yeah. All right, so here's I got a rookie of the year so far shout out to start our broadcast tonight.
Okay.
I don't know if I've had this conversation with you before. I've definitely had this conversation with my friends in Boston because I am constantly dialing up this number since it came out. I don't remember exactly when it came out. I want to say January, maybe like mid January, late January,
Mhm.
and I am obsessed with it. It is the Plum High Noon. The Plum High Noon
Yep.
is
Yep.
my rookie of the year so far. It came out in the Snowbird High Noon pack. There was two new flavors. The High Noon released in January in the Snowbird pack. It was the plum and the raspberry. I typically love raspberry
Mhm.
seltzers and raspberries in general and raspberry flavoring and whatnot. The plum is just this world. Very special. So that is my rookie of the year so far. I uh, I
Okay.
enjoyed I enjoyed 12 to 14 adult beverages on Saturday, and the plum honey was definitely being mixed in. So,
Okay.
shout
This could be our first gloves off fight actually here on the podcast.
Mm, mm.
Because I was not a big fan of the plum when we tried it down in a Hilton
Yeah,
Head
horse.
Island. Was not
Yeah,
a,
horse.
I
To
am a
be
big
honest,
fan of the raspberry though. But the plum
wow.
just kind of tasted like I don't even not my
Yeah,
vibe. I
that's just yeah. I mean that's just you lying to our viewers, and they don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. It's just it's. Look, I look at I just don't. I equate the plum flavoring to. I said this the first time I tried it, and I still stick by it. It just tastes to me like a Scooby Doo fruit snack back in the day when they had the old packs,
yeah,
and I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know
I
what it
remember
is.
you making that claim. I remember it kind of tasting like like shit.
It's
Yeah.
just it. I just like look. I
Some
respect.
fruits are meant to play in the Seltzer League. Some fruits are just not meant to play in the Seltzer League.
No, I actually no, I do agree with that take. I do agree with that take. I think that well let's go another direction with this. If you could I think we've had this conversation before. If we just stick to White Claws only, just because
Yeah,
there's less of those. If you had to make your own 4 pack, like
yeah,
if you like out of all the flavors, make your own
yep.
White Claw 4 pack.
Okay. Hmm. I love raspberry.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
love
raspberry
raspberry.
White
I
Claw is
think
definitely better than the High Noon in my opinion.
a younger version of Obi would put black cherry very high up.
I would as well.
Current
Yeah.
age Obi puts black cherry very far down.
Yeah, I actually fully agree with that. I will say.
Um, I'll tell you what you actually did get me on was peach.
Okay, peach is
Peach.
good. Peach is good.
Yep, you
Yeah.
got me on peach. I didn't think I would ever like peach, but plum wasn't your best suggestion for me. So I
Mm.
would say probably raspberry, peach. I like watermelon a lot.
Holy. Okay.
Um, Just like I don't know. What's the last one? Do you think? I'm trying to think of what I mainly drink when I drink White Claw.
I mean, you've clearly shown your knowledge of the game by putting watermelon in it.
You don't like watermelon?
Watermelon is fucking terrible. I think
I like watermelon of like everything. Like
yeah,
even
well, no,
like Jolly Rancher watermelon. Do you like Jolly Rancher watermelon?
it's not my top two when there's only four, so I guess not really.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Okay.
it's my
Okay.
least favorite green apple, I would say. But like of those four, but oh no, there's five of them actually, because grape's my least favorite. Grape's my least favorite. Watermelon's
Okay.
my first,
Yeah.
yeah. And that.
What
But yeah,
about
no,
hang on, I wanna put in my last White Claw here. So what do I have? I have raspberry, love raspberry,
yeah.
love watermelon. Ooh, I like passion fruit. I like
Okay,
passion
I
fruit.
actually I like that take. I like that take.
I like passion fruit a lot. Is there an orange? Is there just straight up an orange?
Oh, there's
or no?
tangerine, which is in mine.
Oh,
actually.
no, okay. We're
Yeah,
we're starting over here.
yeah, go for it.
Raspberry tangerine is 100% in there. It's kicking
Yeah,
out. It's
fucking
kicking
good.
out watermelon for sure.
Yeah, it's very good.
Raspberry, tangerine,
Mm.
peach.
Mm.
What's another one? I like
mean,
lime. Do you like lime? Do you like
I don't
lime?
mind lime. It's not my top four, but I do. I used to. Okay, black cherry and lime have like switched places for me since
Oh,
I
okay.
started.
You used to hate it. Now you kind
Yeah,
of like
it's kind
lime.
of like yeah, especially because they're in the same pack. I used to like stay away from the limes and stay as far away as possible from the ruby grapefruit. The ruby
Yeah.
grapefruit white
Yeah.
claw, I don't know. Yeah, I just cannot get that thing down. Like it is just it's that bad.
Ruby,
It's,
I can get them down. I like them. I wouldn't say I like them really.
I just like.
Hang on. Can we go through all the packs right now?
Okay, ready? Pack number one, we got black cherry, we got lime, we got raspberry, we got ruby. Pack number two, we
Okay.
got they changed them around. I'm gonna go with what I know. Pack number two, we got lemon, we got watermelon, we got tangerine, and we have like peach or passion fruit, whatever they put in there recently.
Okay.
Pack number three, we got mango, we got pineapple, we got strawberry, we got blackberry.
Oh yeah, I don't like blackberry. I hate blackberry actually.
That's crazy to me. Okay, well, I mean, we'll come to mine when we come to mine, but let's
Or
wrap it
maybe
up.
it's the blackberry surge.
I mean,
I don't know,
yeah,
but one time I had blackberry and I thought it tasted like vomit.
Wait, I
Maybe-
actually one thing I'm seeing. Thanks for the team in the back pulling this up. The Surge pack. I've had the Blackberry Surge. I've never had the. I still have not had the blood orange one. I don't think.
Ooh, the blood orange is good. The blood orange is really good.
That's kind of like a specialty. I don't know if I've ever had that actually. Maybe I have, and I'm just not remembering. I feel like I've had all the other Surges. I must have had it at one point, but the
The
fact that
blood
it's
orange is really good. I've had that a bunch. That's really good. I've gotten that in like the tall boy surge cans.
right. All right. Well, I think it's enough breaking down White Claws for the people at home.
Sorry, let's
We
move
should.
on from the White Claw.
Yeah, we should move on. But hey, I mean, I'm a fan. I like the blackberry. I like the tangerines. A couple.
And you like the
peach.
plum for the rookie of the week.
Yeah, but that's high noon only. I mean, White Claw doesn't.
Oh,
doesn't
okay. Okay.
But yeah,
gotcha.
but the plum high noon is my rookie of the year, 2024 rookie of the year so far. Huge
Okay,
fan of it.
okay.
Putting it a high praise. I have,
Maybe I'll have
I-
to give it another shot to give it a
yeah,
chance.
definitely. I mean, look, it's similar to how the black cherry and the lime. We both agree they kind of like change
Yeah.
their course. Like maybe that'll be the case. I mean, maybe it's just an acquired taste. So I have a couple of shout outs. I'm gonna make these very quick and then get into our stories and some updates before we get into our drafts and whatnot. My shout outs of the week. I have a couple of them. My first one is I'm not actually sure if there are any of these back at home where we're from in Albany. There's a bunch of them out here in Boston, the Boston area. I actually went to one of these to get lunch with a couple of my good friends, Jerry, Andrew, and Pat. This was on Sunday afternoon. Pressed Cafe. It is a chain of restaurants, very, very similar to Panera, but in my opinion, like way better. Like it's huge like restaurant. The menu is just never ending, and like you go up to the register, you order your food, and yeah, here we got Press Cafes. They have so much stuff, dude. It's like
Thank you
literally
again to the team in the back.
yeah, like it just never ends. Like there's soups, there's sandwiches, there's breakfast. They have acai bowls, like
Okay.
smoothies that are amazing. Like just so much stuff. It's you go up and you order at the front, and then you get one of those like if you're eating there, which you should because it's a great atmosphere. You get one of it's exactly what it looks like. You get one of those like little metal like stands with a number on it, and
Yeah.
like the the people come and find you with your food,
Yeah.
and it is always, always, always top notch. It is so good. And I went there and got a strawberry banana smoothie with a grilled cheese panini with some fixins like some bacon, some tomato, and
Oh,
then
sounds good.
to take home for later, I got some what do they call it? It was like some sort of like brisket mac and cheese. That was
Oh,
just very, very good. It was something along the lines of that. Like a pulled pork or a brisket mac. I can't remember exactly what I
yeah.
ordered, but it was all of the stuff they make is very good. A plus reviews from some of the Fifth Corner fans and home friends that I took out to get lunch there over the weekend. So shout out to Press Cafe.
I'll
The
definitely have
only
to
other
go there next time I'm in town.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Only other shout out I have right now is for the South Carolina women's basketball team. Congratulations. You guys won a national title yesterday. Yeah, wow. It was
Yep.
just yesterday. Not only national title, completed a perfect season. Don't see that a lot, especially in college sports when, we're dealing with just kids here. I mean, it's
Yeah, yeah. Who was the last one to do that? UConn with
yeah,
Stewart?
2017. Yeah,
Oh,
2017. I believe. So yeah, that was it's a huge accomplishment. Like not even having. I mean, they had a couple close calls. I remember in the SC tournament, Tennessee took them down to the wire.
mhm.
But yeah, I mean, just an absolutely incredible feat. Congrats to you guys on winning that. Very very great game to watch. Really fun watch yesterday.
I didn't get to watch it. I was driving home from Maryland yesterday during the game and not get to
Okay, yeah,
watch it.
it was a good game. I mean, they kind of pulled away at the end. Iowa had the lead late in the first half, and then some stuff went down where a couple turnovers, quick buckets for South Carolina, and they took the lead going to the locker room, and then they kind of just didn't look back from there. To be honest, they kind of just extended their lead, pulled away a little bit, and ended up winning by I think double digits. I think it was I don't even remember, like 12
Yeah,
or
I
something.
think that they did win by over 10, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah. So it was something along those lines. But yeah, shout out them.
Yeah.
So yeah. You got anything else for us for of the weeks? Any shout outs or ready to move forward?
I'm gonna give a shout out to our both of our favorite baseball team. The Yankees starting 8-2. I wanted to
Yeah,
give them a
absolutely.
shout out.
Yeah, great.
Um, they're a different team from 2023. I had fluke
Oh yeah,
season,
I
not
totally
making
agree
the
with that.
playoffs. They're a different team. Of course, with the
Mhm.
addition of Juan Soto, a couple of guys. I think we're starting out 7-0, or what was it, 6-1 on the road. That's
Yeah,
great. And then
yeah.
we came
Against
back.
some good teams. I mean, the Astros and the ALDS. Look at this. Got
Yeah, we're
MLB up right
currently up.
now. He's up 7-0. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's great.
I mean, and also to your point. I mean, we didn't go away to like the A's and
Right.
the like the Angels here. We went to the Astros, who
Swept the
perennial
Astros to start the
dynasty.
season. That's huge.
Yeah, and then we go to the Diamondbacks, who were in the World Series last year. So
Yep.
it's like
Take two from them. That's great.
we're not playing any slouches here. We had a great start of the season. The vibe or the aura, if you will, about this team seems different, as you said,
A
from
lot
last year.
different.
Yeah, so very
I
excited
just
for
wanted to
them.
give them a shout out. They're playing well. Keep it up, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's our of the weeks. I actually have a couple of little clips I saw or like news stories that I want to share with you some of the information I got from them. One was from on the radio actually. I heard it on the way to work last Friday, I believe, and I want to get your take on this. I think it's blasphemy, and
Okay.
and so I want to get your take on this. All right, so I was listening to the radio, and I'm just starting my drive, and I couldn't get a chance to get my phone in the aux. I'm sorry, I'll listen to the radio for a little bit.
Yeah.
I hear a take from the Boston radio station, whatever station it was on. I don't even know. They were talking about how much they liked, like they were talking about food in some senses, and the woman of the two radio hosts was saying like, oh, like back in the day when she would bring her lunch to school, it would just be the classic, like as we brought this up in the first podcast, just peanut butter and jelly on good old white bread, just
Mm.
nice peanut butter and jelly for school lunch. And the other co-host, the guy was like, oh yeah, that was great lunch to bring to school. It's classic. He was like, yeah, but I'm not a child anymore, so you can't have white bread. I was like,
Okay.
he basically was saying he is too old for white bread. Is that is
Yeah,
that
that's
something?
bullshit.
Yeah,
No.
like is that
My
like
take
what
from
is
that
that?
is what I mean, I guess if you want to be healthy, you can have wheat or multi-grain. But
Right.
sometimes a multi-grain bread can taste like absolute shit.
Cardboard. It's not like
Yeah, I don't
you
need I'm not
get a
I'm not
little
I'm
you get
not
a little
eating oats on my
you get a little
sandwich.
oats in your teeth, and you're
Yeah.
just like,
I'm having a
yeah.
turkey sandwich. I'm not eating oats with it.
And also, like, if we're gonna get real here, you have a couple sandwiches a week on white. Like, is that really like the thing that's gonna put you over the line and on death's doorstep? They're talking about it like it's like gonna make you like the most unhealthy. Like, I'm not a child. It's like I don't be a
Yeah,
child with like bread. Like,
no, I agree. I would say that I'd probably eat white bread the most. I mean, at school we eat a lot of like
probably.
multigrain or wheat, and I fucking hate it. I fucking
Yeah,
hate it. But
yeah,
when I'm home, I'm eating white bread. I'm eating white bread for sure. And it
yeah. No,
doesn't make me, I don't think I'm a child for eating it. It just
yeah,
tastes
no.
better.
He said that, and I'm literally sitting in my car thinking, like, "Fuck you, man." I was like,
Yeah,
I ate white bread last night, probably. Like, it's like
that,
just
I
relax.
kind of
Like,
took offense to it when you said it. I was like, who the
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
does this guy think he is?
No, honestly, no. But I mean, I heard that, and I wanted to give a take on it because I mean, and I'm sure it's not just us. There's white bread lovers all over the place. White bread, it's classic. Like,
Yeah, right.
the only other story I saw, this is actually a TikTok I saw from a fellow TikTok podcasting group, and they were you might have seen it actually. I assume our For You pages are probably kind of similar.
Okay.
Um, he had his co-host rank the top 10 most unhealthy drinks you can buy on the market right now. Just like go to a store, you're going in the section, you're buying drinks.
Yeah.
He had a like crazy, honestly. Like it wasn't his opinion. It was a New York Post article I think they're referencing that had some absolutely unbelievable like things I never would have thought would be unhealthy in terms of what you're buying. 3 of the top 5 most unhealthy drinks you could buy on the market, per this podcast, per the New York Times article, and I looked it up to fact check them. 3 of them were those naked juices, those naked fruit smoothie juices.
Really?
And I was like different flavors of them, and I literally saw that, and I remember thinking back. I haven't had those in a little bit, but I
Yeah.
remember in high school I would get like those really mini ones, like those like they're like little
Yeah.
boxes, and I would drink those thinking I was like a health freak, dude. I would be like,
Apparently
oh look at
fucking
me,
not.
it's sugar. Look at the sugar. It is like unbelievable how much sugar there is in them. Like compared
Oh
like
my God.
it was like and like I remember I saw the rankings and like I'll pull it up right here on my phone. Like the rankings for them, it was like the first one was like a mango one, I believe, like the mango madness, and then the blue machine, which is like a classic blue one that like people like drinking, and
Yeah.
then 3 was monster. 2 of them were more unhealthy to just drink in one sitting than a Monster energy drink.
What the
And like
fuck?
Mountain Dew was on the list, like lower down,
Yeah,
Barks
right,
Ruby
right.
on the list. And I'm just thinking like, what on earth? Like I remember drinking those and being like, dude,
Yeah, that's a shock to me. I thought they were fucking the best thing for you.
I remember drinking them being like, look at me being healthy, drinking a fruit smoothie
Yeah.
drink. Like I feel like they completely, I don't know if false advertisement is the right way to put it, but it's just like
No, I mean, it
really fucked
kind of
up.
is. I'm pretty sure they brand themselves as being fucking healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was, like I said, a health nut drinking those. So,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, naked manufacturers and advertisers, you're doing a great job, honestly,
Of
because
hiding the
people are buying
truth.
these things. Yeah, people are buying these things thinking they're helping themselves, and they are very unhealthy. So,
Yeah. Fuck
very
them.
very,
Fuck them.
I know, crazy to see that, to be honest.
If the white bread's not gonna kill you, I guess the mango naked juice is gonna kill
Exactly,
you.
right? Yeah, apparently, crazy stuff, crazy
Yeah.
stuff. So, and then the last thing before we turn it over to you, if you have any other fun little stories or tidbits to add tonight, I have a thing I think you'll find funny. And
Okay.
one of our producers was actually involved in this story, so shout out producers. So this weekend,
Yeah.
I went out Friday night, in Boston with some friends, and we were at the pre-game before we went to the pregame, just the guys shooting the shit, watching a little baseball, having a couple before going to the pregame. And one of my friends, one of our shared friends, Michael from back home,
Oh, I love
um,
Michael. I love Michael.
yeah, he comes to us and says, "Hey, so at the pregame tonight, I'm gonna need you guys to all put raw eggs in your pocket and go out to the bar." And we're like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, my friends we're going to the pregame with said they saw something on TikTok. I never saw this. Saw something on
Mhm.
TikTok where it's like some sort of challenge or something like that, where you get an egg, just an egg out of the
Yep.
carton of eggs, and you put that egg in a plastic baggie, put that plastic baggie with the egg in your pocket, and the goal is for the egg not to break amidst the chaos and the drunkenness of the
Of being
bar
at the bar.
experience. So
Oh,
at first I was like, "What on earth?" And then I everyone we're at the pregame and I'm writing on my egg, I'm decorating it, I'm doing all what everyone's doing, and then I put it
yeah.
in my pocket and I go to the bar. And a couple of people they were getting drunk and getting too cute, being like, "Oh yeah, my egg's never gonna break," like tossing around, and then would fall on the ground and break in the middle of the bar, causing a scene. But then I remember mine. I was like, "I'm just not gonna take it out of my pocket. This is gonna be the easiest thing ever. Like
Yeah.
no problem." About 2 hours into it was a pretty crowded bar experience that night, I would say. I mean, we were at the Bell in Hand Tavern in Boston,
Mhm.
and having a good time and good dancey vibe, good experience. And I remember like someone came up to me. I think it was one of our friend Michael's friends from college, and they were like, "Hey," they were like, they were like, "Hey, is your egg doing all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it is." I reach in my pocket, I pull out the baggie. To my surprise, it's just complete mush. Like the egg broke, and I had
You had
literally
no
no idea.
idea when it broke or anything.
No, so yeah, I guess it was harder than I originally imagined it would be. But
Did
yeah,
anybody make it out of the bar with the egg still intact?
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure. I had to get out of there a little early. The stomach was playing tricks on me. That you know when you're at the bar.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I got out of there a little earlier than I would have liked to. But I believe that there were some people that were able to make it out with their egg. But I think more people lost their egg than not, honestly, which I was surprised by. I remember going into the night thinking like, I don't care how much I have to drink, this egg is not cracking.
Yeah.
But no, it was definitely a fun little game.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Um,
I'll give that a shot with some of my buddies back at school. Why not?
yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean
I
it was.
definitely would never win.
Yeah, it was chaos at the
Yeah,
bar. So,
yeah. That
speaking
egg
of
would
chaos
definitely.
at the bar,
I might lose my egg within the first 30 minutes.
yeah, I
Like I
mean,
feel like I'm always moving around.
right, you're in the dance floor, you bump into
Yeah,
someone.
done,
Yeah,
done right up, right then.
yeah. But
Yeah,
speaking of chaos at the bar, did you see a little bit of news for everyone? If you hadn't heard, did you see the Morgan Wallen news that came out today?
yeah. So I saw like a clip. Wait, what did he
Oh,
get
I didn't see the
arrested?
clip. Yeah, yeah, he got arrested. He was in Nashville at a bar, and he was at a rooftop bar, and apparently I mean, he was definitely hammered, but I guess
Yeah,
he
right.
threw a chair off of the top of the bar, and it fell like went onto the street and landed next to two cops. And
Oh
so I mean, like
Jesus.
I mean, talk about bad luck. Where is it going to land? I mean, it lands right
Yeah,
next to people that are going to
that
come
couldn't
there.
be worse spot. He was
Yeah,
definitely
but I
looking
mean,
down. He's like, ah, shit.
but yeah,
Here's what he's
got
doing.
arrested for some reckless endangerment. Oh, here's the clip right here. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like there he is. After that was when he posted his bond after for like 15K or something. But yeah,
Yeah.
threw a chair off the top of one of the rooftop bars in Nashville.
What a
Funny stuff.
fucking
I
moron.
mean, well, here's my thing too. This is what I was thinking, quite honestly, when I saw this and heard about this. Like, I'm not gonna actually sit here and pretend like I haven't been in a mental state at one point drunk where like if I was on a rooftop bar, that maybe that wouldn't happen to me. Like where I'd
Yeah.
be like, like just in like a
Yeah,
stupid
no.
drunk. I think more so than it is about the fact that he did it. Like you gotta find some better friends that don't grab that chair from you when you're about to, yoss it off the top of the building.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
understand in any way how that chair got over the like ledge or anything. Like I
yeah,
don't
but
know how anybody let that happen.
I'm thinking about it, and it's like I'm at the bar having a good time with all my buddies. Like I'm getting too drunk, maybe to the point where chairs could be over railings. Like
Yeah.
if you see me pick up that chair, I expect my boys to literally make sure that that chair does not go over that railing and onto the street. Like I
I
expect
agree.
you guys to grab the chair. Like you know what I mean? Like find
Yeah.
some better friends for me.
Yeah, unless he just took it and absolutely did it so fast, just grabbed it one hand, fucking tomahawked that thing off the roof. And
Yeah, I
before
mean, yeah,
anybody could even react, it's like we gotta
yeah,
go.
yeah. I guess so. So I guess they went up there. They were like, yeah, he threw the chair. I saw a video in the back of a cop car. Not too happy.
Yeah.
Assuming. I mean, he
Unfortunate.
was very very drunk. But yeah, I mean, look, I mean, it's like I said, it's one thing to get to a place where you're drunk enough to throw a chair off the roof of a bar. It's another thing to not have your friends by your side to stop you from
From doing
taking that
exactly.
step to the other level. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, funny story there out of Tennessee from our guy Morgan Wallen. Funny stuff, funny stuff. So yeah, do you have anything to add tonight in terms of last minute stories, shout outs?
Um I'll actually ask your opinion of this game because I felt like quite a dick after doing this. I want to see if
Okay.
you think I'm a dick.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so
You want me to be
Sunday
honest?
I woke
Brutally
up.
honest.
Yeah, absolutely, because I think
Okay.
I was a little bit of a dick, but
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
not really my fault.
Okay.
So Sunday morning we all wake up. It's like night after the wedding, and there is a brunch being held by the groom's like family at his family home.
All right.
And I see like a whole bunch of my relatives in the lobby, like checking out of the hotel,
Mhm.
and they're all like gathering. And we're going to the brunch, so like I just assume everybody from my family who like I don't see that often, like are going to the brunch, like we are going to the brunch.
All right.
So I see them in like the hallway or in the lobby, and like we're checking out, so we're going to the brunch, and they're
Mhm.
all like, "All right, like see you later." And like I don't like give anybody a hug, don't like say like goodbye, good to see you, nothing, because I assume they're all going to the brunch. I was
Yeah.
me, my brother, my mom, and my two grandparents were the only people from my side of the family to go to the brunch. So
I
didn't say
see.
goodbye to a single, and I haven't seen some of these people in 10 years.
Yeah,
10
I
years.
see what you're saying.
So do you think that I am? I didn't know, and
Yeah.
especially on their part, they're like, "Oh, see you later," which I assume is "see you later" at the brunch.
Right. Right. Yeah. Okay.
Didn't
So
say goodbye to one single person, like not one.
yeah, here's my take on it. I mean, they for sure think you're a dick. Like just to
Yeah,
put that out there.
that's fine.
Yeah. Like I like the way you're explaining it right now, it doesn't necessarily scream you're being a dick.
Yeah,
But I mean, like they for sure think that. But I mean, at the
yeah,
end of the
no,
day, miscommunications happen all the time. Like I understand why you would have thought that based on this, like
right,
what you're telling me. I mean, yeah, it's a tough situation because I mean, as a third party, I can see both sides of it pretty easily. Like I can see 100% why you would not think that you wouldn't that would be the last time you'd be seeing them. You think
right.
everyone would be getting together for a meal. But no, I mean that not being clear and you making that blunder. I mean it screams. Hey, I'm Zach O'Brien and I don't care about my family. It's just to
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
So yeah. I mean, look. I mean, it's a tough situation. I mean, it's one of those things too where it's like, based on what you're describing to me, you're not close enough with them where you'd probably just shoot them a text and be like, "Hey, my bad. I didn't even know I wasn't gonna see you."
yeah.
Like,
No, no, it's like because they're all like my grandfather's age, like all my aunts, like great aunts, great uncles, all them. And then like the cousins are like my mom's age, so like they're older. They have kids themselves, like they're doing their own thing. I'll see them at the next wedding, I guess.
right?
But
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely tough, though. It is tough. I mean,
yeah, yeah, I definitely felt bad. I was like, when we were leaving the brunch, like heading back, I was like, oh shit, didn't really say goodbye to anybody. Like, hope they
yeah,
don't think I was like just walking away. Especially like my two aunts who like I literally saw as we were walking out of the hotel, and they were the ones who were like, "Oh, like see you later," and I was like, "Yep," and just like got in the car and left. Like no hug, no nothing.
yeah, dude. I mean, look.
Definitely bad luck.
Yeah, totally. I don't know exactly how that would go. In my situation, I definitely would feel like a complete dick too. So I totally get where you're coming from. That kind of just reminded me of something else. Kind of related, pretty unrelated, but I want to get your take on this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the most awkward thing you could possibly think of, and one
Mm.
being like not awkward at all. Don't worry about it. How do you feel about the classic scenario where you're walking and talking with someone, say it's not someone you're necessarily great friends with,
Yeah,
and then you exchange the pleasantries at the end where you're like, oh, great to see you, I'll see you later, and then you end up going the same direction anyway. Where would you
yeah,
put that?
yeah. Actually, that happened to me at the wedding. I was
Oh,
in the
really?
yeah, going down to the lobby the first time. I was I was in the elevator with my aunt Dee Dee's husband. We call him Uncle Kenny,
Hmm.
and I'm not very close with him at all. I don't really have much to say. So the classic, hey, how you been? Blah blah blah. How's school going? All that. And then this hallway to the lobby wasn't a short hallway,
Okay.
and
Right. Right.
and I'm
Right.
walking beside him. I think we got out of the elevator and we were walking side by side for about 20 seconds, not a word exchanged. And
Hmm.
he's a guy who's like he's an older gentleman. He's got glasses, doesn't see very
Right.
well, probably can't
Right.
hear
Right.
very
Right.
well. And I like turned to him like halfway down the hallway, And I'm just like, so like, how's everything? Like, how's the fan? He doesn't hear me.
Right,
He doesn't
right.
hear me. And he just, yeah, he just keeps walking. And I'm like, all right,
Oh,
no
God.
problem.
Oh, no.
But on a
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most awkward, walking the same direction after you've exchanged the words and you don't know what else to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
It's definitely a weird feeling. I'd say probably like an 8.5, 9.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, honestly.
It's even worse if one of the other people start like walking a little bit faster, and the person who gets like left behind, it's like, oh, okay, so that's how that's going.
right.
You
Yeah.
just get left in the dust.
That span of like 30 seconds when you're walking the same way and you can't tell if you should re-engage or if you
Yeah,
should hit him with the old like going this way too or or if that's gonna make it worse. But
right. Because I wanted to re-engage, and I don't know if he didn't hear me or he just didn't want to fucking engage with me. Maybe he's like, yeah, fuck you, and just wanted to keep
yeah,
going.
honestly, hard to tell. We'll have to get him on the pod sometime and ask him. But but yeah, no, definitely an awkward experience. I don't know why that popped in my brain, but I mean it's definitely an awkward experience. It's been a while since I've had a good one of those. So hopefully here's so many more months ahead where I do not have to worry about
Yeah,
dealing with
agreed.
that. All right, so yeah, I mean that was a good little first half, maybe first 2/3 of the show. There, we're gonna get into some of our other segments for today. Starting off, we're gonna do some blind rankings. Me and Obi each came up with a category or topic for each other, and we're gonna tell them the category, and then we are going to list. We already have, so we don't cheat and kind of try to get in their head and get in their mind about where they put things. We already have listed down in a row 5 things that we put down for that category. We're going to one by one kind of say them to each other based on the given category, and they're going to put them 1 through 5 on their list without knowing what is coming next. So I can actually, if you want to start with that and tell me your your topic.
Yeah, you're gonna be ranking white NBA shooters today, Gabe. White NBA shooters.
So they're not all time. They were playing currently.
Nope, they're I mean all time, I guess, but they're all within the last 20, 25
They're within
years.
our. Okay.
Yeah. You know every single one of these guys. You've seen every
Okay,
single one of these
sounds
guys.
good. Sounds good. Okay, so white NBA shooters. All right, so there. Go ahead.
Okay, your first guy is going to be Mike Miller. Mike Miller.
All right. So this is tough because there are without a doubt a couple I can think of in my mind that I would put over Mike Miller. Mike Miller was a good shooter. But then it's also hard because it's like, are you gonna give me a Blake Griffin? Oh, he's kind of I don't know. White. Is he white? Is he Blake Griffin even white?
I would
No, I mean that's it's not here nor there. The point is, are you going to give me a Brian Scalabrine?
yeah.
You're going to give me someone like that where it's like, wow, okay, that's not even because it could be any. He didn't say they had to be good shooters.
Correct. Just white NBA shooters.
Right. Yeah. So okay, Mike Miller. I'm gonna put it 3. I'm gonna put him right in the middle.
I think that's safe.
Yeah.
Your second one is going to be Kyle Korver.
Okay. I honestly, people have their takes. I mean, he's 2 or 1. He's better than Mike Miller. I think I'm gonna put Kyle Korver at number 1. I think he's my favorite. I think at best, I'm not sure. Potentially, I think he's my favorite. We'll have to see who comes down the line, but I like Kyle Korver there at number 1.
Okay. I think it's looking okay right now.
Yeah.
The third guy is going to be Shane Battier.
Okay. So yeah, here we go. So that's kind of what I was hoping in terms of below Mike Miller. Will there be a worse shooter than Shane Battier? I actually am not 100% up to snuff on his percentages. I can't imagine they're good, but I think they're worse than Mike Miller. I'm 4 or 5. Is he gonna give me like a jokester down the line where it's like, holy, that guy's the worst shooter ever? I don't know for sure. I'm going to go ahead and put Shane Battier at number 5.
Okay.
Yeah. It concerns me a little bit. Yeah.
Your next guy is Detlef Schrempf.
Okay. Well, Detlef is going to be number 4. There's no question about if he's going to go 2 or 4. I'm honestly not quite sure on his percentages either. I'm going to have to look at these afterwards. I know he was a decent player back in the day there. I don't know if he's a better shooter than Battier. I can't imagine he was, but he's gonna have to go forward today, unfortunately. So who's my number two?
Can we get somebody in the back to pull up Detlef? I actually just thought of him off the top of the dome. Didn't really double check to make sure he was white.
Yeah,
I'm hoping he is.
Yeah, he's white. I know he's white. People
also exactly remember what he looked like. Just a funny name.
Yeah. Also, people in the back. Could you do me a favor and pull up Detlef's basketball reference 3-point percentage? Because I feel like he's. I don't think he was that bad, but I can't imagine he was great. Because Shane Battier versus Detlef Schrempf, I'm not sure what the percentages were like, but he's gonna have to go forward for me today. So let's go number two while they're pulling that up and see who's my number two. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it was definitely tough. Oh, okay.
What do we got? 3-point percentage.
What is that? 35?
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty. That's honestly pretty solid.
That's good, not bad. Maybe he was a shooter.
So I imagine he's better than Battier then. I mean, I don't exactly know what Shane Battier was, but I assume that's not too bad on us. It's way better than I envisioned. So yeah, all right. Shout out Detlef, honestly. Supersonics, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I remember him in the Sonics. All right, so who's my number two today?
Yeah, your list probably would have been pretty good if you just moved everybody up one, because this guy's definitely should be in the 5. It is Brian Scalabrine.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
it is
right from the jump, and I was worried.
Yeah, and I thought you were. I was like, okay, if he thinks he's in the mix, then maybe he's going to keep 5 open. And you gave it to Shane. Yeah, right away, I knew it was going to hurt you. Obviously.
Yeah, my final list ended up being Kyle Korver, who was definitely the 101 of that draft.
Yeah,
and then we had Brian Scalabrine, then Mike Miller, and then Detlef, and then Shane Battier. So yeah, if I just moved everyone up one and then put Scalabrine at the end, it could have looked good. Yeah, I didn't know if you're gonna. I didn't know who exactly.
There was a couple other guys I was thinking of throwing out there. JJ Redick, obviously one of them. Mike Bibby, even Steve Nash. I was thinking.
I was waiting for people like Redick and people like Bibby to come down the line.
I knew you were, but I didn't want to make it too easy for you. Putting Kyle in there, who do you think better, JJ Redick or Kyle Korver? Shooter.
What's that?
Who do you think is better, JJ Redick or Kyle Korver?
I mean, I think that's so tough, dude. They're so I think honestly, if you just literally both of them in their prime, if you gave me a 3-point shooting competition and we're just who are you putting your money on? I'm probably putting on JJ Redick, but I think in a game scenario, I'd rather have Korver. In terms of incorporating how he plays the game and the way he his a little bit better size and kind of off pin downs and stuff like that. I think I'd rather have Kyle Korver. Just from watching him play back in the day on those Bulls teams, just I mean, just lethal from behind the arc.
I always thought he was a pretty ugly motherfucker. I always thought.
Yeah, I don't think he's a very attractive gentleman.
Yeah, I always remember being like, wow, he could shoot the ball, but wow, he looks bad doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Kyle. And thanks to the producers for putting Kyle up there. Number one shooter. Probably. I mean, not of all time. And Steph Curry's best shooter of all time. I don't think anyone's gonna.
Oh yeah, and I was when I said white shooters, I was thinking, I was like, you're gonna throw Steph in there? Isn't he he's light skinned? No, we're talking about white guys. We're talking.
Yeah, we're talking Brian Scal. We're talking.
Yeah, we're talking. Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. So, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Oh no. Oh yeah.
Yeah. See. Yeah, having that guy there,
especially seeing it written out like that, seeing Scal in the 2 spots, it's unfortunate. So all right. So here's my list for you today. I'm actually very excited to hear you do this.
Yeah, I
was thinking about this for a while. By the way, this is the first time he's hearing this. First time I actually heard mine too. So no idea what's coming down the pipeline here. Obi, I'm gonna have you blind rank for me places to take a girl on a first date. Places to take a girl on a first date.
Okay.
All right. So I have 5 for you. I did kind of tip my hand a little bit to Obi before we started and saying they're relatively specific. So it's not just going to be restaurant. I'm going to get specific.
Right.
All right. So here we go. 5 slots for you here. You're going to blind rank them. First one for you is this is the specificity here. A horror movie in the theaters. You're going to the movies, but you're going to see a scary movie.
Okay, so that can work out because she gets scared. Maybe she looks to you for comfort. Okay.
But you are going to the movies. You are going to the movies. You're not watching
the theater.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. First date. But if you get scared, then I guess you could look like a fucking pussy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
also is true. Yeah.
Okay. But it's not the worst. I think that some of these could get specific and be bad. 3 is always the safe spot. Yeah, I'll go 3. Give me 3.
Okay, Obi's gonna go 3. He's gonna go a horror movie at the theaters for number 3. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know honestly. I don't like this is. It's not one of those like you kind of could like. There are literal percentages on yours, so it's kind of like easier to
Right.
tell where that's gonna rank. I mean, it's kind of hard for me. I think that's a decent little spot for it though. We'll see what happens down the line. All right. Number two, we have let's assume this special lady of yours is someone that you maybe you met separately from your normal friend group and stuff like that, just like completely
Sure.
separate, not in your friend group originally.
Okay.
Number
Sure.
2 is your buddy's backyard darty, co-ed, guys and girls are there, but you're going to your buddy's backyard daytime party.
Okay.
But like there are guys and girls there, so it's not like just her.
Yeah. It's a shindig.
Yep.
It's not bad. It's not really good. It doesn't really show that you care, I guess. Maybe you don't care though. Maybe you don't care.
And maybe and I'm not gonna try to sway your opinions too much here, but in terms of a first date, sometimes you like the low stakes. But we'll see. I mean, look, I'm not trying to sway you here. There's some other ones coming down the pipeline. So.
Yep. I think these are both like not bad. I think that I just feel like there's going to be some worse ones. So I think I already kind of fucked up. I feel like that might be a little bit worse than the horror movie. I think I could put it over it. First date, nothing really serious yet. It's first date.
Yep.
Throw it in the 2 slot. Throw number 2 in the 2.
Okay, so Buddy's darty in the 2 slot. All right. So that's okay. We'll see where it goes from here. All right. So number 3, we have an MLB game, specifically a Yankee game.
Ooh. Oh.
And let's be even more specific here. You guys are sitting in the bleachers, and it's a summer day. It's pretty hot out.
Okay, so it's hot as fuck. She's probably pissed. She doesn't really care what's going on, probably.
And let's also add in here. She is not a Yankees fan. She's not necessarily.
Oh yeah.
She's not necessarily a Red Sox fan, but she's not really a big baseball gal.
Yeah, she's not the biggest fan of the sport. Especially in the bleachers, you're gonna be sweating. In the summer, you're gonna be sweating. Especially for me, in the heat, that's not a good look for me. I'm already a sweater.
Even though you're a Yankees fan. Yeah.
I don't think I could put it in the 1. I mean, it'd be great for me, but in the summer on a hot day, I'd probably look like shit, sweating and smelling. But it can't be the worst. Throw it in 4. Okay. I'm hoping there's a great one coming.
Number 4. Yankee game will go in number 4. All right. So
throw in hot summer day too. So or
just hot in parentheses. Just hot in parentheses. Hot out. Yeah, hot as fuck. There, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. We have a picnic in the park. A scenic picnic. You lay out one of those little mats or whatever you call them, those blankets.
Yeah.
And you get your little straw picnic basket with your food items in there, and you sit out in the grass and have a nice little picnic.
Yeah. Well, considering this isn't a cinematic movie and I don't want to fucking sit on the ground and eat my sandwich, that's a quick 5 for me. I'm not doing that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The only probably the time I'd ever do that is if either you're dating for a long time or you're already fucking married and you need like a fucking random date to do.
Fair enough.
Never on a first date. If somebody offered me that on a first date, I'd say no, and I'd probably never talk to them.
Fair enough. I've actually been on a couple picnic dates in my life. It was never the first date. It was always like maybe like a 4th or 5th date. We're trying to do something a little cutesy, take the next step in our relationship.
I've definitely been on a few picnickers.
Go to second base, which is the picnic in the park. So yeah, I have gone a few picnics in my life. Definitely not the best, not the worst. On this list though, I don't hate that spot. To be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
The last one we're
gonna really hope this is a good one here.
The last one we have here for you is going in one spot. We'll see how you like it there. I'm not exactly sure how you'll take it.
Okay.
This is the most to the point one, very ultra specific. You're going to the Cheesecake Factory. So that's gonna be in your one slot today, Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts there?
Great cheesecake. It's not bad. I mean, I think producers in the back know me well.
Mhm.
I'm not the biggest fan of cheesecake, actually.
Okay.
It's not my favorite dessert. I don't think I've actually, despite what the producers may say in the back, I think I've only been there maybe a handful of times in my life.
Do you remember
Um,
do you remember their normal dinner menu? Do you like it?
yeah, I'd say I'd like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I don't remember
producer.
much. I was pretty young, I think, but for a first, I guess that's not horrible, but I definitely would switch some things up, I think.
Yeah, I mean, producer just very very nicely brought up for me. I was gonna bring it up, but he refreshed my memory when I wrote this down. The classic Drake line: "Why you gotta fight with me at cheesecake? Why you gotta fight with me at cheesecake?" You know, it's a classic line from a classic Drake song, and yeah, Drake loves going there on dates. Not fighting on them, of course, but going there
Yeah,
on.
I've never been on a date at the Cheesecake Factory. Might have to, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I like cheesecake, but I also think their food is decent. It also too. I will say this: whether you're a huge fan of the food or not, the kind of aura about that place, the vibe, the scenery is like a little bit of dim lights. It looks kind of nice in there. Like
yeah,
it's a perfect spot to look like you're going to a super fancy restaurant without having to pay the big bucks on the
right,
date.
right, right. And I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of those
Yeah,
dates.
I will give it that. It's you act like you're going to like a really upscale place, but
Yeah,
it's kind of just like your run of the mill. It's better than like going to like a TGI Fridays or like a Buffalo Wild
right,
Wings,
right.
but you're not breaking the bank here on an
No,
incredibly
no.
upscale place to go.
Might be like a, I don't know, maybe like an Outback Steakhouse. Maybe on the same level as that.
I think you might be. I don't know if you're quick underrating cheesecake or overrating Outback Steakhouse. It might be a little bit better than the Outback Steakhouse, but hey, it is. I mean, Outback. I mean, look.
Is that
Outback is not bad.
is
I'm not
that
here to
is that nicer than Texas Roadhouse? I feel like they're in the same realm.
Cheesecake Factory. I think is a little bit nicer than Texas Roadhouse. I mean, dude,
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm showing my knowledge of the Cake Factory. I haven't been there in a long time. The one in Colony Center, we got one too in town.
yeah. I mean, you're you're showing your cards a little bit with the restaurant knowledge a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to bring up to the group here, our fans here, a quick little story. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I assume you guys are familiar with the game Wavelength. I'm assuming you'll see that in one point or another here on the
I know where
channel.
this is going. I know where this
Yeah,
is going.
we on a road trip, a
Yeah.
long road trip. Me and Obi out to South Carolina a while back. The number that we were looking for. So me and Obi were the ones answering our friend Eamon's questions, and the number that me and Obi decided on was the number 3 out of
Yeah.
15. So we weren't even doing out of 10. So 15 would be like the top of the line. So say for example. The category was like a cereal, and the number me and Obi picked was 15. And our friend Eamon asked that question, we would say, maybe cinnamon toast crunch. You know, a cereal that's very, very good. People generally like it. Most people would say it's a top tier cereal. You'd say something like that. So the number was 3 out of 15, so pretty bottom tier.
Yep.
And Obi got back to back questions. One of them, the first one, was give me a sit down restaurant that
Yeah.
you may go to, and Obi gave him the Cracker Barrel.
Right.
So for people who haven't been to Cracker Barrel, the Cracker Barrel. I mean, I'm not saying it's like fine dining here. It's definitely not. 3 out of 10 is very harsh. I would say maybe you're looking at Sonic. Maybe I don't know. I'm coming up with stuff that maybe people would put kind of low. Sonic's not
Right.
bad. Maybe you're looking at Sonic or something like that. You said Cracker Barrel. I thought that was a little harsh, but I was like, all right, whatever. I can see it if he thinks Cracker Barrel's that bad. He's definitely below mid. Then another question comes around, and it was a country that you would want to visit, and Obi said Iraq.
Yeah.
And you're just equating Cracker Barrel and Iraq in the same thing, which is one of the funniest things to me. Like honestly, one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time when playing that kind of game. So that's a funny story. Yeah, no, but Cheesecake Factory, just kind of circling back. It's I'm trying to equate to something that like
Yeah,
would
I needed
be.
like a reference from it because
Have
I
you ever
haven't
been
been
to
there
Have
in a
you ever
long
been to
time.
like illegal seafood?
No. What about
Okay,
like
there's got to be something like around where we're from that like I can equate it to. That's like,
What about the Olive Garden? Is that fancy? Also, I haven't really been there
um,
that much.
okay, that's the closest I think you've gotten. I still think Cheesecake Factory is a little bit nicer. Like, let's put it this way: the people that wear like the waiters and waitresses at Cheesecake Factory wear like dress clothes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
They
Okay.
wear button downs and like nice slacks. Like
Yeah,
that's
okay.
basically the best way I could really put it to you. I honestly having a hard time coming up with a restaurant that kind of like equates to it. But like I do think it is a decent little establishment. But anyways,
Good,
moving
well,
on.
good for Cheesecake Factory. Sorry for maybe underrating you there. My
Yeah,
apologies, of course.
yeah, sorry for
Shout out Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, shout out Cheesecake Factory. It's been a while since I've been there. Last time I was there, they have these fried mac and cheese balls about this big that you can get as an appetizer. Mac and cheese on the
Holy,
inside of it.
put that up again. Albus,
Like,
put that up
uh,
in comparison to your head. Is it like the
uh,
size of your head?
no, I'd say about like a fourth, maybe three. Three could fit like a nice little triangle on my head.
Wow, so it's not like little tiny nuggets or anything. It's fucking
No, they're big. They're very
yeah,
big.
they're
They're very,
big.
very big. And they
Okay.
give you it's an appetizer, and they give you like four of them. It's a
Wow.
lot of food, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right here. See?
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Those are holy shit. Those are
Yeah.
way bigger than I would have thought.
Yeah. So
I would have
those
thought there'd
are
be like 15 of them in a fucking appetizer.
Yeah, no, they're four big ones, and honestly, like
Okay.
if you're getting them on a date, you're probably splitting two and two, so you don't look like a complete
Yeah.
house. It's absolutely
Yeah.
murdering.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cute little appetizer to split with your significant other. So yeah, I mean those are good there. I mean, last time I got them, I haven't been to Cheesecake Factory in a while. Last time I was there, I think I was on a date, and for whatever reason that night, those just did not agree with me. The day was borderline, had to be cut short. It was a tough situation, but I mean typically they are very very solid. Even if you're not a Cheesecake fan, Cheesecake Factory does have a lot of options. This is not sponsored, by the way. I'm talking like I'm fucking putting
Yeah.
an
You're
ad
kidding.
on. Yeah, I'm
So
not.
you're
No.
running an ad for Cheesecake Factory. The
No, I mean,
producers in the
hey,
back wanted us to tag them. No,
yeah,
had
by
to do
all
it.
means, cheesecake. If you wanna sponsor us, that would be awesome. But
Yeah. Shoot the
not
DMs, Cheesecake.
yeah, not an ad, but definitely great stuff from the Cheesecake Factory. That is the number one for Obi on places to take a girl on first date. So we're gonna move on now. Another quick segment we have today. And we are going to me and Obi back and forth draft places to have a beer. We have some situation developing here. our
Oh, this is one of our
our producer
producers.
Mets
Big
fan,
Mets fan.
the Braves are down, or the Braves are up on the Mets 2-0. Our Mets fan producer is live looking at the studio of our
Yeah.
producer behind the scenes. Oh no, don't knock over the setup. It's tough. He may not be able to be with us if he just destroyed his setup there behind the scenes. But yeah,
We'll see if this
Braves,
podcast cuts short because of it.
yeah, Braves up on the Mets 2-0 early.
I mean,
Mets down.
who didn't see that coming though? Who didn't see
Yeah, I
that
mean,
coming? I don't know why he's so angry.
Perhaps, perhaps. Mets are having a tough start of the season. I mean, I think they'll turn around at some point, but we'll have to see in the weeks coming up here how
Yeah.
things are going for them. So, yeah, me and Obi are going to back and forth for our next segment here and draft places to have a beer. Places to have a beer. So did you went first in that, so I will go first actually in drafting my place to have a beer.
All right.
I am going to start off this draft, and I don't know I don't know if you like this as the 101, but I honestly think it is one of the best things you can possibly do in your life, not just have a beer, not just in the beer draft, just the general life draft vibes. My number one is going to be a lake beer, a lake beer.
Okay.
So if you're out on the boat, if you're sitting on like
Yep.
the little private beach on the lake, but especially if you're out on the boat with your friends, the lake beers, they go down so easily. You got the wind in your
Yeah, they
hair,
do.
you're on a boat, the vibes are unmatched, warm summer day. So yeah, so number one, I'm going to go a lake beer. So that's my number one.
Yeah, that was 3 on my list actually, Gabe.
Okay, yeah.
3 on my list. Number 1 on my list. This is my favorite place to have a beer. Actually, it is a sporting event. You might have to buy the beer here. Might have to buy it, and God, are they expensive? Almost every single sporting event. But if I'm going to see a ball club, or if I'm going to a football game, I want that beer in my hand.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to get hammered, but just having a couple beers, watching the Yanks or watching whatever team you guys like, I think is probably my favorite place to have a beer.
Absolutely. That the stadium beer was my number two, actually. The stadium beer was my number two pick. So yeah, good pick there. Taking it off the board, taking that from me.
Yep.
All right. So for my number two pick, I can go a couple directions here. I think I'm gonna go with the second time this event has been brought up today. I'm gonna go with the Darty beer, the daytime
Yeah.
party beer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be the afternoon party, whether you're drinking to plan a game of beer die in the light, whatever it is. The Darty beer does once again go down easy. You're usually darting on a warm summer day. The beers are cold. It's always a good vibe with your buddy. So the Darty beer, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was my 2 on my list actually.
Ah,
So now
okay,
you've
yeah.
taken my 2 and my 3.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have to shoot down to my 4,
Mhm.
which is also a great beer. I'll say this could have probably even been number 3 over Lake beer. Very similar vibe. It's the beach beer.
Yeah, yeah. I thought about the peach beer, but I knew I was going to take lake beer, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to have too many bodies of water involved. But
Correct.
look, the beach beer is classic, and I think this goes hand. I mean, this kind of goes hand in hand it's part of the beach beer. It meshes into one, but not with the beach beer, but the beer when you're actually in the water and kind
In
of
the
just like
ocean, yes.
sitting there.
Which is a great time.
Floating.
We've done it a few times down south.
Oh,
And it
absolutely, yeah.
always
Underrated
eat it.
activity. You
Quick
want to
way
talk
to get
underrated?
hammered, honestly.
We got fucking when you finish your beer, and then you get the beer under the water, and you get the salt water, and you
Yep.
dump it all over yourself.
Yep.
It's just
Yep.
it's
We're right on the same
but hey,
wave with that one.
we don't condone littering in the ocean.
No, we do not. Do not litter. Clean our oceans.
Yeah, clean our oceans. So
Save the turtles. Save the turtles. All right.
yeah, look at us going green.
Yeah, shout out turtles. Shout out turtles.
Absolutely. So good pick there. For my third pick of the day, I'm debating a couple of these. I'm gonna take the bonfire beer. Sitting around a fire.
That's
Yeah,
a great
I like
one. Didn't have it on my list, but should have been there. That is a
Yeah,
great
I like a
beer.
bonfire beer a lot. The birth of one of our home group chats actually started with bonfire beers. Like we during COVID we'd have a lot of backyard bonfires, be outside, socially distancing with our friends, having some bonfire beers. I mean, you say social distancing. I mean, we were huddled up. It was winter when we were doing that mostly. So, but we were still outside. Our families would let us do that when we were early on in college. We couldn't have too many parties, bars weren't open, but bonfire beer was definitely a good shout back in those days. So bonfire beer is my third pick.
Okay, yeah, that's a good pick. I didn't even have it on my list, but right when you said it, I was like, yeah, that's a great pick. Absolutely is. Don't know how that never came to my head because I enjoyed many beers by bonfires this summer. Um, let me see. I mean, I got one at the top of my list, but I just want to make sure and see if you'll maybe take anything. No, I'm gonna take it because I love this beer. This could have been at the top of my list, but I didn't think you were gonna take it high, so I wanted to get these ones in there.
Ooh.
And it kind of is right before your number 2 pick, before the Darty maybe, or before you're getting ready to go out. It's the shower beer. It's the shower beer.
Yeah, that was on my list. Yep, that was on my list.
It is the shower beer. There's nothing. I mean, it's probably one of my favorite things to fucking just take a shower and put that beer on the top little thing. Get going, take a couple gulps in between. By the time you get out of the shower, you could bring 2 in there if you need to. 2 shower beers. You're already going, and you're. It's just probably my favorite beer to have, opposed to the stadium beer.
I'll keep it up.
I wanted to make sure I could get beach beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's probably 2 to my stadium beer for sure.
Right. I will say this. I do have a take. I did have it on my list actually, kind of deeper down if I had to take it. I honestly do think the shower beer is a little overrated. I like it. It's not bad. I just like it's one of those things where like when you're not in the shower and you're drinking beer, that's like pretty much you're living and breathing for that can that's in your hand. I'm in the shower and I'm putting it down. I'm soaping up and then I'm maybe forgetting about the beer for a second. I'm like, oh, I got a beer. But I will say it does really go down when you're in the shower.
Oh yeah. I have every time I have a shower beer, I have a process. So I put the shower head like much more down towards like the front wall of the shower. Yeah. So that when I am drinking the beer, I'm almost fully like out of the water. No chance that the shower water is mixing in with my beer.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do take about these shower beers are usually only 3 or 4 sippers. They're big
Right.
sips, so they go down real easy in the shower. Don't know why. If it's because the water's hitting your back and I don't know,
Yeah.
but they go down easy. They're only about 4 gulpers for me, and I have
Mm.
a technique, and I love the shower beer. I really do.
There you go. I mean, heard it here first. Obi shower beer stand. Let's make some merch. Shower beers. Shower beer merch.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
A little animated me drinking a shower beer, butt cheeks out. Yeah, that'd be great. That's our first T-shirt. First T-shirt.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm between. So I have a couple. I actually only have 2 left here. So I'd have
Yeah.
to come up with one on the spot. So hopefully I don't. I'm gonna take the one that I don't think. I'm gonna save the one I don't think you thought of, honestly.
Mhm.
So for here, it's kind of similar but a little bit different to your first one. I'm gonna take the tailgate beer.
Oh
The
yeah,
tailgate
yeah. That's a
beer.
great beer.
Tailgating, whether it's a concert, whether it's a sports game, as Obi pointed out in his first one, the stadium beer, whatever it is, the tailgate beer is a great beer. You usually have some food near you. You got your friends around. Maybe you're throwing the pigskin around if you're going to a football game or whatever it is. Maybe get some grilling, some barbecue. So yeah, the tailgate beer is going to be my 4th pick.
This one's a little bit specific, but with my 4th one, it is that first warm day that's usually in February, and you can sit on
Okay.
your porch beer. You can sit on your porch beer.
Yeah.
I've done that the last 2, especially being in Ithaca. It's fucking freezing there. Like during the winter, we're not outside drinking beer rarely, like at all, unless we're like darted like a day fucking winter darty where it just sucks or cold. But there's always that one day in February where it's randomly 50 degrees and you can finally throw your shorts back on and just sit on your ass and have a porch beer. I fell in love with those in college specifically, and that's gonna go in my number 4 slot.
Yeah, I want it to be known for the record that Obi is super rich and wealthy. He has a porch. Not everyone's fortunate to have a porch. So get a porch.
Yeah,
Get a
that's
porch.
true.
Is one of the goals of my life. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So the last
My
pick,
minimum wage job at Marshall's really provides for me and my porch.
Yeah. Obi has one of those wraparound porches all the way around. So yeah, good pick there though. Porch beer is definitely a good choice there. So here, my last pick. I wanted to save this one. I honestly highly doubt you thought of this. If this is going to be your 5th pick, that'd be funny. I am going to go with the airport beer. The airport beer.
Oh, very good.
Oh yeah, I like in specifically. I mean, there's a couple airports that come to mind. The Charlotte airport, which we have flown through a couple times. We've most of the time that we've been there together. I've been there like twice without you, maybe when I'm going down to see my family. And now that I've been, 21 for a little bit, for a couple of years now, I've gotten a couple airport beers there in this little Mexican restaurant right in where the restaurants are. I can't remember the name right now. The name's escaping me, but either way, the airport beer, whether it's before the flight or after the flight or hopefully
during the flight.
or or during the flight, but hopefully during the layover.
I'll give you an airplane beer in there too. So that's a great pick.
Yeah, the airport beer I definitely like because usually when you're, there's some excitement usually when you're in the airport, generally speaking, because you're going somewhere, you're coming back, and being in the airport is I love airports, to be honest with you. I'm kind of an airport.
It's exciting. It's exciting time.
Yeah, I like being in the airport in general, no matter where I'm going or what I'm doing. So yeah, an airport beer is gonna be my 5th pick. I think it's underrated. You're sitting at the airport bar. You're looking all mysterious. You got your bag next to you. You got your hat on. You might as well have be smoking a cigar in there. You look so mysterious. You're just at the bar.
Yeah, nobody knows where you're coming from. Nobody knows where you're going.
At all. And the people next to you could be from literally anywhere. It's just like one of those weird things. They don't know where you're from. You don't know where they're from. But
usually you could have a great conversation with those airport beers with a random guy from fucking Wyoming. You'll never know what you're going to get at the airport beer.
Producer, we got the airport beer. Airport beer for number 5. Producer missed this, sweating in bed. He said, airport beer is going to be my number 5. All right.
Yeah,
Obi, you what do you got here for your number 5? I'm interested to see here.
Yeah. I'm not going to take this pick, but I'm kind of surprised that just the simple bar or a pub hasn't been taken.
Yeah, no.
But I'm not going to pick it. I'm not going to pick it.
Little pump fake, if you will, for the producer.
I'm very surprised it was taken, but I'm not going to be the guy to take it. Another personal one for me, I've had 2 separate instances where I've had a great time drinking beer here, and is at the Ski Resort Lodge.
Oh,
I don't ski.
Yeah,
I do not ski. So whenever, and I will absolutely go on a ski trip. I don't ski. So when it's a little expensive again, just like my sporting event beer. But
Mm.
while my friends are dying, fucking falling down mountains, hurting themselves, every time someone gets hurt, I just sit my ass in that lodge and have some beers. Maybe some Irish coffees or something. Usually I'm a beer drinker, and I've had a
Mm.
great times both times I've been to a ski resort in the lodge drinking beers. They're just a great time.
Dude, absolutely. That's such a good
Away
pick.
for the weekend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I had some ski lodge beers a while, a month now. Yeah, about a month ago. I went up to Stratton Mountain with my friends.
Yeah.
Shout out Jose. And we went to the ski lodge, grabbed some dinner, grabbed some drinks, and yeah, I mean it's so nice in there and just makes
Right.
you want to relax. I don't even
Yeah.
know. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up for that segment. We're gonna do some questions now, and then we're gonna wrap this up tonight. I have a couple questions here. The first question, I'm gonna actually just do my question that I meant to ask actually on show number 1, and I completely forgot about it.
All right.
Producer, if you can pull up the image for this too, I'm sure you can find it online based on the question. But I wanna get the image here so you can answer this yourself, Obi. So the question, you might have seen it. I just want to get your take on it. It's about how a dog may wear pants, like if they were to wear pants
Yeah.
on them. So it's
Yeah.
basically the picture basically highlights it's either on all 4 legs and it's kind of on the bottom half of their body,
Yeah.
or it's like on their back 2 legs, just kind of over their butt and just on the back 2
Right.
legs. Like this, exactly. This is
Yeah. That's
so I want to get your take on this.
Yeah, if I got a dog and wanted him to wear pants for my own amusement, I think I would want it to be the first one. But that looks ridiculous.
I
That
agree.
looks absolutely ridiculous. But the second one I think is if they were to wear pants and they were deciding how to put the pants on, I think they would go with the second image.
Yeah. I think that's how a dog should wear pants.
Correct. I mean, it's still the more you look at it, the worse it looks because it looked normal when it first showed up on the screen, but now it's starting to look as stupid as the first one.
I don't.
But yeah, I think if a dog wore pants, it would be the second one.
Yeah, my kind of take for the second one and why I think that's the right answer. I've never thought about putting. I have a little pug. I've never thought about putting my dog in any pants ever.
Yeah.
But I have actually put my dog in like sweaters before, like
Correct.
Christmas time and stuff. And when they're wearing a sweater, they go over the front legs and just the front leg over like the front half of their body.
Yeah.
And so like that's why I kind of think that like it would make sense if the pants on a dog would be the right side when they're over just the back leg.
Yeah. Now that you said Lily has worn a few sweaters, I'm gonna search for some dog pants for her. Because I think I would laugh my ass off to see Lily in a pair of pants.
Yeah, I don't think she would even be against it. She actually liked the sweater that we gave her. She didn't really fight. She didn't fuss when we were putting it on her. So maybe I don't know how she feel about the hind legs, but yeah, I mean the sweater was fine for her. So who knows? Maybe. Oh God, that's the first one.
Oh,
that looks really weird. That looks really weird. I'm sorry.
That doesn't look right. That just looks like she fell in mud and like just.
Oh my goodness, that looks horrible. Actually, that straps. On the back.
That's not it. That ain't it.
Dear. Oh, that looks.
They got any pictures of the second one, producer, in the back?
I assume they.
I'm sure they don't, but
No. The second one I feel like is what most people would do.
You think?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm surprised that the people in the back found that photo because I would never think anybody would ever buy that.
Yeah, shout out to people in the back. I honestly have no idea, but like, no, I do think that looking at that now where it was all on the bottom, it looked
Yeah. That's.
I mean, they honestly both look
way better.
Yeah, that one does look better, but they do both look kind of funny.
That looks funny as fuck.
Yeah. No, that is funny. No, yeah, the first one definitely looked a little weird to me.
It didn't look right. I would never want my dog. I would never want my dog getting caught looking like that. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Okay, so here are a couple questions we have. Okay. All right, here we go. This is a good question. All right, we got a question coming in from back home in Albany. This is a quick. We'll answer this. Be a murderer and nobody ever knows about it, or be innocent, but everybody else thinks you murdered someone.
Yeah, no, I'll take this one quick. I mean, I'm murdering people.
Wow. I
Um,
mean,
I am.
wow. Yeah, yeah. What's
Hey,
the point?
if nobody knows, I mean, am I murdering like people I like, or am I just like murdering people? I don't want
I mean,
everybody thinking I'm a murderer and that I'm
no,
innocent.
no, no. I mean, look. I mean, based on what you just said, the quote "I am a murderer." I think that the people might get that idea, but no. I mean, I don't know. Does it to me honestly? To answer your question, it doesn't really matter. But like, let's
I
just
feel like
say
you're
for
screwed
argument,
either way.
let's just say for argument's sake, if you did have to murder someone, they didn't have to be anyone you knew.
Well,
So,
I
like
mean, that's tough.
you murder someone that like you literally never like you never really knew, but like no one ever
Yeah.
knows about it, or you never murdered anyone, but everyone thinks you might have murdered someone.
Yeah, I think I'd be a really bad murderer. Like, I don't think I could just murder anybody. Like, I feel like I don't have a stomach for it. I feel like I'm not the best with blood. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like not me. But like
Yeah.
then again, like
Wow.
I think I could murder someone if they're trying to murder me. I think I could do that.
But it's not about if you can or can't murder someone. It's like, do you want like it's about it's like a conscience thing. It's like like do you want on your conscience that you murdered someone but you never would be caught, or are you like wait okay so you murdered someone but you're never gonna be caught, or you know for a fact in your own conscience that you never did anything like that or never did anything wrong,
And
but
everybody thinks
all
you did.
everyone else thinks you did. Like it's about like a conscience thing.
Yeah, I don't
Like
want.
I don't know either. For me, like when I first thought
That's
about it, like
tough.
it's kind of weird. My mind is kind of like playing tricks on me right now. When I first saw this question, I'd be like, "Oh, of course it would be never
Not
murder
murder.
someone, but have
Yeah,
people
not
think you
murder.
did." But now that I'm thinking about it, like that's such like a prisoner's dilemma type thing because, like, if I did, like, it's about like if you could live with your own conscience of
Yeah.
knowing you never murdered someone, or if you could like. But I also care a lot about what other people think of me, for better or for worse. And so it's
Yeah,
kind of
right.
like
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But like also yeah. Yeah, like I couldn't ever do that. Like just
we have the
it's
producer.
actually a great movie. Shout out Christian Bale and American Psycho.
Yeah, no, but no, I don't know honestly. Honestly, if I had to pick, I think I would. Jesus, dude, that's so
Well,
hard.
all right, hang on. Let's put another layer onto it. If they think you are the murderer, like are you going on trial and are they convicting you of murder? Like
No,
you're going
no,
to
no, no.
jail?
It's not like if you never murdered someone, people think you murdered
So is it
someone.
just like is it OJ situation pretty much? Where like,
Well, I think even less so. I think people just think. Oh,
well,
it
I
depends
guess
how
he
you.
did and people just think
It
he did.
depends how you feel about the OJ situation. I don't know if we're gonna get into the
Yeah,
weeds.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that because he
But like
did
that
and
being,
people think he did, but he just didn't get.
but
Yeah,
that being, no, it's basically like for a fact you never did anything wrong, but everyone else in your life thinks you probably did something wrong.
yeah. I
Whether
can't. I can't have that. I can't have that. I
Yeah,
can't have people
I
like
honestly think as fucked up as it may be, I may also have to murder someone and no one thinks I'm a bad
right,
person.
right. Because that,
But
that, I mean, like, could I live with it though? I don't know if I can live with it.
yeah, I don't know either. That's so hard, honestly. That's like a really good question. Thank you for that question. That's a very, very difficult question. I'm
Yeah,
going
shout
back.
out the guy with that question. That is a good
Yeah.
question.
All
That's
right.
kind of a stumper because I don't really want to give an official answer. I'm retracting
Yeah.
my murder answer and I'm leaving it in
Yeah.
the dust. Drop it in the comments what you guys think you would do because I
Yeah.
have no idea what I
That
would do.
scenario. I don't know either, honestly. All right. Well, here's the next question. Um, so another kind of violent question. We have violent questions coming in
Wow,
tonight.
violent questions. All right.
Little less. Yeah,
It's got
less
murder
violent
in
than
there
murder.
again? Got murder?
No murder. Less violent than murder,
Okay, no
but
murder.
a lot of fisticuffs in this one.
Okay.
So the question is: fight Mike Tyson in his prime for 20 seconds. He's going all out at you for 20 seconds,
Yeah.
or 4 local high schoolers for 3 minutes. So you got to take 4 high school age kids, and you're in a 3-minute bout with them, but it's 4-on-1. Or Mike Tyson mano a mano for 20 seconds.
Oh, that's a good one. Current age, like high schooler. I don't know.
Yeah,
3 minutes.
you're what we are now, and high
Yeah.
schoolers.
Oof. 4 of them though. 4 of them is like you can have 3 in front of you. One guy just socks you in the back of the head.
Right. Yeah,
That's also a tough one. I mean, let's think of this logically. If I'm in there 20 seconds with Mike Tyson, he's knocking me out cold within the first 10.
I think so too, because within the confines of that arena, when
Within
you're
the first,
fighting,
I think the first punch he throws, I don't know how to fucking block Mike Tyson. You know
well,
what I mean?
it would have to be like elusive behavior. That's the only way we're gonna survive in 20 seconds. If you literally just run around the ring and like be able to like evade him for 20 seconds, but like even that, like
Yeah. I think I would. Mm, I think I would rather take the 4 high schoolers because I
yeah,
actually think if Mike Tyson hit me hard enough, I would die. I
yeah.
don't.
I mean, there's a good
I
chance
don't
of that.
think I'd have a chance of dying with the 4 high schoolers. I mean,
No,
I
I
think
don't
I'd
think so.
rather take the 4 high schoolers. I'm taking the four high
Yeah,
schoolers.
I don't think you have a chance. I actually I have unique experience. Not I don't really want to answer this question because I literally teach high schoolers, so
Yeah.
I'm probably
Yeah.
not going to answer this question. But that being said, like I do agree with you that if Mike Tyson were to like hit you or me or pretty much anyone we know that's not
Yeah.
afraid
In the
of.
right spot. Yeah. You
Yeah,
could.
I don't think we'd be seeing much more of our existence.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, no, that's yeah, that is a tough one, honestly. But yeah, I'm gonna abstain as I literally currently
Yep. No
teach high
problem.
school. But that being said, I think I would do. I think yeah, I'll
Yeah.
abstain. But I think I wouldn't do Mike Tyson. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Absolutely.
wow, impact of 1,000 pound object moving at 20 miles an hour is the force of his punch.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna kick the shit out of those 4 little high school assholes.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
that's actually absurd. I literally like that's unbelievable. Like I literally did
I
not.
think I can do pretty well for. I mean, at least the first like 30 seconds against 4 high schoolers. Once they all just start kicking you at the same time, though, yeah, you don't have much.
Yeah,
Not much you can do after that.
yeah. All right. So last question of the night, and then we'll wrap things up here tonight. Very simple question, kind of relating to what's going on here tonight. UConn versus Purdue. Who do you guys
Yep.
got? It's all you.
I I got UConn. I really do.
Mhm.
Um, I think Edie's still gonna go off, but I
Yeah,
think UConn has at least enough tools. I wouldn't say to like stop him. My God, I don't think they're gonna stop him. But they're
yeah.
gonna slow
I
him
don't
down. He's
think.
not gonna get 40. He's not. I don't think he might not get like 20 rebounds like he's been doing. Like I don't
Yeah,
think that's gonna happen.
I mean,
But I think
clinging.
it could be. I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I mean, clinging on UConn is the only person that Edie's faced so far by a pretty
Mhm.
large margin that I think can hang with him
Yeah,
down low. So I think it'll be tough. I know the spread's 6.5 right now.
with UConn favored.
Favored, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what I like there. It's honestly a pretty good line. I think that UConn's probably gonna win too. Going into the tournament, jeez. Going into the tournament, I was kind of blinded by my I don't even like hate UConn,
mm,
but there is like random beef between my school that I went to and BC my school I went to and UConn.
yeah,
Not really in basketball because well it's so weird that there is beef at all. I don't think there should be because like the sports that we have, they're like every sport that we play, we are on completely like opposite ends of the spectrum. Like
yeah, yeah.
basketball, we're like pretty irrelevant and
Mhm.
we've been for decades. And UConn is like a blue blood. Like they're one of the best basketball programs of all time.
Right,
And then on football, they're one of the worst football programs in the country. And we're like
right.
we're not by any means are we like one of the better ones, but we're like miles better than UConn
Yeah,
at football.
yeah,
And then in hockey, we're one of the best, hockey teams ever, if not the
right.
best. And UConn is one of the worst teams in our division because they're actually in
Mhm.
our conference for hockey. So
So why
I
the
guess
hell
that
don't you like each other? Like, what
I
is
don't
there
really know.
actual like?
There's just beef on Twitter all the time between burners of DC fans and UConn fans
Like if
and
I went up and interviewed 10 kids from BC and I said, "Do you like UConn?" How many are saying, "Nah, fuck UConn"?
probably six maybe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So a good amount.
I would say five or six. I mean, if you interviewed sports fans, I would say like 7 or 8, but just random
Mhm.
people, I would say like maybe five actually.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's weird because I mean we're pretty different. Like in school, like
Yeah.
school culture, we're pretty different in sports, like the level. So it is kind of weird. But I think I was a little bit blinded by UConn. Let's see. Is this football? Yeah, yeah, this is, I believe. Yeah, BC leads the series 12-0. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Yeah, it has to be. But yeah, no. I actually don't know if that's
Hmm.
we might have lost to UConn at one point when I was in college. It might be an old article. Like it was embarrassing. It was like really, really.
All right. Well, why don't we make the end of this
Oh yeah, 2017. Yeah.
a little bit interesting? If would you want to base like a $5 wager on the game?
Absolutely, I'm down for that. I mean, I'm willing to take Purdue.
I was gonna say I'm also willing to take Purdue.
Okay,
So
well, why don't we do spreads to make it interesting? Like we'll do a wager on a spread. So 6.5. I'm actually gonna get the updated game line right now. here on my
Okay.
phone. I'll get the updated game line, and we'll take either side of the spread. And
Okay.
I'll let you pick, and I'll take the other one. We'll do a friendly little $5 fifth corner wager here.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So yeah, thank you for pulling that up, guys. All right, yep, there we go. Yep. So yeah, it's interesting. The line actually, we'll call it. So we'll do 6.5 just so there's no push. The line moved to 7, like even, but like we're gonna keep it at 6.5 because we don't want to like push the bet.
Right.
So 6.5 is the bet. So UConn. I'll let you pick if you want to take UConn minus 6.5 for them to win by 7 or more, or if you want to take Purdue to either win or 6 or less.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna take Purdue. I'm gonna take. I think it's if they don't win, I think it's gonna be close, and I'm wishing that it's gonna be close. So
yeah, me too.
I'll take Purdue spread.
All right, sounds good. So you $5 little friendly wager here. Obi's got Purdue plus 6.5. I got UConn minus 6.5. I do hope for a good game too. Honestly, this tournament has been it's been kind of devoid of some excitement compared to some recent tournaments. I remember at the beginning of the tournament, I placed a bet on there to be a game-winning shot, a buzzer beater of the tournament, and tonight's my last hope. There has been a single buzzer beater the entire tournament, so definitely has been.
Which is crazy because there's usually
a couple at least.
Yeah,
very late. So yeah, it's been a pretty. I mean, there has been some good stories this tournament as well, but I will say overall it has been kind of not as exciting as we would have hoped going into it. But yeah, so I got Purdue plus 6.5. Obi's got I got
Purdue plus 6.5.
Obi's got Purdue plus 6.5. I got Purdue minus 6.5. We'll unpack this on the next episode that we are actually going to be recording on Sunday, which is another announcement that I want to make for you guys here as we are closing up. We will be transitioning now to Sunday morning recordings. Assuming that pretty much every time, we'll let you guys know if we have to move it around at one point or another. But pretty much every Sunday morning, we'll be recording, and then we'll be releasing it to you guys by Sunday late afternoon, early evening for you guys to listen to on Sunday night after dinner, or you start your week, your work week, or on the Monday morning commute. We also are working on getting this out to Spotify for you guys. Right now, we're on YouTube. We're gonna be posting clips on our TikTok coming up. We're on YouTube as we have been for episode 1. But yeah, more to come with that. We're getting some mics. We're getting some software set up for you guys to give you guys the best listening and viewing experience possible. And it'll be out on all of our platforms starting very soon. But for right now, hop onto our YouTube at the Fifth Corner Pod. And this will be on there. And then follow me at GabeCap_ on Instagram for my social media, my general social media content. And then Obi, you can plug yours.
Yeah. Real.ob actually for Instagram. And please check out all of our socials, Fifth Corner Podcast on YouTube and TikTok. And eventually we're going to get a Spotify for you guys and put the audio clips on there. So just stay tuned. There's a lot more coming.
Yeah, we're very, very excited. Like I said, the gloves, we're settling in a little bit. This was only the second podcast of hopefully a long and successful podcasting career for us. Like I said, we're getting some production upgrades coming up here in the near future with some new software that'll make it easier on the people in the back that do such a great job. Again, shout out people in the back, applause to them for another great episode. Getting some mics going, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we're really excited. We hope you guys enjoy this episode. The gloves have come off now. We're settled in. We're ready to go.
We're not afraid to butt heads. I mean, like we showed with that Plum. Fucked.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be thinking about that Plum fight for weeks.
Sometimes we just differ. I mean, it is what it is. But when you said it, I couldn't hold back. I had to.
Absolutely. And the thing is too, for those at home, I mean, look, I mean, I know you guys probably listen to other podcasts. It's important that we be authentic, and I think this episode and going forward, we're really hoping to like I said, we're loosened up now. We can't force anything, but we're ready to rumble. We're really excited for you guys to join us. As always, send in your questions. We're also gonna develop that coming up shortly, a better way, like a Google form that comes out each week. It's put on our TikTok and our link tree that we're gonna get together, and you can be able to send in questions for each week's episode, something of that nature. So keep sending your questions, keep following the pod, follow us on all platforms, and stay tuned for more to come. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy the national championship game tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the kind of mid Eclipse today. And
shout out to Eclipse and how shitty it was, but it was a cool event, I guess. Next one's not happening until we're like 80. So
yeah. All right. Yeah, shout out the Eclipse. Spring is sprung. Shout out spring, and baseball season's upon us. We will see you guys on Sunday night for episode 3. Last announcement, actually, almost forgot. We will have our first guest on the pod Sunday, confirmed.
Yes.
Our good friend Ethan. He'll have a story to tell you guys that we hope you'll find very interesting. It's actually really awesome. I'm very excited for that. So, first guest, Ethan. Shout out Ethan. Can't wait for that. But that'll be Sunday. You guys will see it Sunday night. We'll be recording for you guys Sunday morning. That's going to be it for the Fifth Corner podcast. Signing off tonight. Thank you, guys.